Okay?
Okay, I got it.
Fresh blood. I love it.
Yeah, we good?
Okay, Rabbi. We see you and we hear you.
Okay, beautiful.
Rabbi, just take yourself off mute on the phone.
All right, we good? You guys hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay, wow, what's going on? Okay, fine. Okay, Rabbi.
Yitzhara tried to get us, Rabbi, but we fought, Rabbi. We fought.
Okay, so we have, welcome. All right, we have Jeff, Reuben, Dr. Goldberg, welcome. Jack, who's that? Abby Star. All right, we have Richard. We got a comment, Richard.
Rich, we do have a comment, right, Rich?
Did they send it to, did you got to send it to you?
I didn't send it to him yet, but we did have someone comment on the YouTube basically saying, we love Richard. We need more guys like Richard. You're on mute, Rich. You're on mute. But Rabbi, are you recording?
Wait, I wanted to tell you something. In the morning, something happened to where I did not do the prayer and then the wash of the hands. I did the tefillin first and forgot, and then came back and did that stuff. So I'm very guilty, boys.
That's fine. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. That is 100% fine.
Do you guys know about Jack?
Not yet. So Rabbi, if we could, are you recording already or not yet?
I'm recording. Yeah, what happened?
If we could just say Refuah Shlama, we could dedicate this learning session in merit of Jack's daughter.
Right. His daughter needs our prayer.
Shana Musheva.
Who's that? Who's Jack? Which Jack?
Jack.
Jack right here?
Me, Rabbi.
Oh, what happened, Jack?
Oh, she's fine. Thank God. She's doing better today.
Okay, Refuah Shlema. Wow. Okay, fine. Wow, welcome. We have also new people I see over here. We have Moshe Baruch. Welcome, Moshe. We also have Arthur. And we also have Michael. Michael, welcome. And also Laser Baruch. Okay, Rabotai, we're going to get straight to work. I do apologize about the technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on over here.
Rabbi, one more Refuah Shlama. Ilya Baruchov's father, I think you have his name, right? Ilya Baruchov, the one that sits side by side with me, shoulder to shoulder.
I don't have his name. No, I don't have the. Yeah, I don't know his name. No, I don't know his name. Okay, Refuah Shlema. I don't know his name. Reuven.
No problem.
Okay, Rabotai. Yes, you guys are with me?
Yes, let's get started, Rabbi.
All right, today's topic is a little bit sensitive, so I want you guys to be with me. Okay?
We like sensitive.
Yeah, today I'm going to pick. Who am I going to pick on today? Why is everybody leaving? No, I'm joking. I'm going to pick on Arthur. I'm going to pick on Arthur today. Arthur, how are you? Guys, I want to ask you a question. What do you guys think of the divorce rate that is happening in the Jewish communities? What is your take on divorces occurring in the Jewish communities? I mean, you wouldn't see this in the previous days, you wouldn't see this in our grandparents' time or our mother's time or even 100 years ago. Now the divorce rate is flying through the roof. Gregory, how are you? One rabbi told me he made, can we please close my door? One rabbi told me he made 800 marriages and he made 800 divorces. I don't know if there's anything to be proud of. But Arthur, what is your take on people getting divorced? Do you think it's healthy?
No, obviously I don't think it's healthy. I was just getting Ilya's father's name. He texted me, 1 second, sorry. I know his father is not in a good condition, so 1 second.
His name is Chiyon Ben Mazal.
Chiyon Ben Mazal.
Chiyon Ben Mazal?
Yes.
Refuah Shlema. Leo, welcome, Leo. Rabotai, I honestly want to know your take.
On divorce. Everybody knows the take on divorce. It's horrible.
Why? Why do you say maybe sometimes it could be good? No. Who say, man, if your wife is always nagging you, always complaining, always whining, what's so good about it? No, I'm asking a serious question. Why are you guys laughing? I mean, you guys are the one who chose this topic, not me, right?
Oh man, that's a good one.
Richard, I can't hear you. Richard, I cannot hear you.
I think House of Torah rule is that the wife is a mirror of yourself. So I don't know how that works.
I mean, look, it's nice.
The rabbi has a little bit of cool in him today because we've all felt the way he just shared.
Look, mirror, not mirror, you're right. The woman is a mirror, a reflection of her husband. But how much can a guy put up with his wife? You know, you come home, the house is dirty, the food is not clean, the kid's not taken care of, you know, she wants you to do everything. Why would you want to live with such a woman? I mean, why would divorce be bad or the other way around? If a woman has a guy who's always nagging, always complaining, or is doing everything wrong, why should she stick around? I'm asking you guys a simple question. Why is everybody so quiet today?
All right, I'll tell you.
Okay,
Number one.
Well, first of all, Richard, are you married?
Rich is married. I think everybody's married over here.
Everybody's married.
I just think that you need to communicate with your wife, but you need to pick your battles real careful. I only learned this in the last 2 years. If there's 10 things that bother me about Lori, I can only share the 1 or 2 very, very bad ones for me. And in a good tone, and say, sweetheart, I just want you to know that just because all of my friends are very, very rich and we're not, doesn't mean that we don't have a beautiful life, you know.
How often does that work, Richard?
About 2 or 3 times a month, I feel like she would only love me if I made more or we had more, and that's my issue, not hers. She doesn't directly say that. That's the way I interpret it at 63 years old.
Okay, so your take on divorce, Richard, is it's not a.
You should suck it up, or you should talk to other rabbis and the powers that be, Hashem, and we should all have a second fancy girl, just in case the first girl doesn't work out. You go to the second girl.
Richard, I mean, you're giving good advice. So why are there so many divorces? Do you know the divorce rate?
55%.
If not more. So why is there so many divorces today? If what you're saying, communicate, understand each other, love each other, bring more money home. So why are many people getting divorced? Even the people that have everything, why they're getting divorced?
I think if I was to comment that, I think it's expectations. A lot of expectations from both the husband and both the wife. If there's no clear communication between expectations and having to understand what to expect is different. If you understand what to expect, then you can communicate that. But if you have expectations, for example, to come home and have plof ready, and the plof wasn't ready, that's expectations from a man, you know? That's just my personal opinion.
Greg, what do you have to say about all this?
One second, Jack. According to you, if I don't have expectation, I'm not gonna have problems with my wife. That's what you're saying.
I feel like expectations is where a lot of the problems do come in.
Rabbi, I'm going to make Jack Basheyev my surrogate. That was so beautiful. I don't even know what to say in front of you guys.
When was the last time, Richard, you were in Jack's house for Shabbat?
Only one time in the last few months, but I can't wait to go again.
Jack, me too, Jack. I can't wait.
Come every Friday.
Rabbi, I think a lot of it has to do today with social media too. No, I mean, I think social media plays a very big part and role in a lot of divorces.
Yeah, 100%. How you use the social media? Look, we're using for positive, right?
Right. You could use for positive. You could use for negative. Correct.
I think, just opinion, right? I think we got our values and our priorities upside down.
Agreed.
And it might have to do with what Jack said, the expectations, and what Ruben said, which is social media and everything else that's out there that just like brainwashes our hands and our heads and we don't even know what the purpose of marriage is and what the expectations are, right? We just go with the flow and we hear each other's BSs and social media nonsense, and we just like go with the flow, right? We don't have a foundation
Correct.
laid out on like what is the purpose of marriage and what is my job as a husband and what is her job as a wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Rabbi.
1 second, Richard, 1 second, Richard, I'm so sorry, 1 second. He said just something very powerful, which is so true. A lot of people get married and they don't know why. They just got married probably to have kids, or maybe their parents forced them into it, or whatever the reason might be, correct? But do we really know as a husband what is our job? Or better yet, as a husband, what is our job to our wives? And the wives, what's their job to their husbands? Do we really know that or not? Let me ask you a question. Where's Leo? Where's Leo? Leo's right there. Leo's off. Leo, you gotta put on. Leo, I gotta see you, Leo Jacobs.
Or Robert, it can be with a lot of comparing. Maybe a husband compares his household or his wife.
That's a very big problem. You should never compare your spouse to another spouse. That is a very big problem.
Do all of your guys' wives work, or they don't? How many of your guys work? Your wives work. Raise your hand if your wives work.
My wife works.
Raise your hand, Ruben. Define work. Part-time?
No. They take care of the kids. That's usually their role, right?
No, so Richard, you have a lot of women today, they work. Listen, a lot of women, they have to work today. They have to be able to bring another income, to be able to survive today in America. One income will not cut it, unfortunately, unless, you're doing some, unless you're doing other things outside.
Rabbi, I want to comment on what you said. I feel like having a role, a man and a woman has to play a role, right? And I feel like why these young Jewish families are getting divorced is because they saw in their household the way their father treats their mother, the mother treats the father. So their expectations when they get married is to have their wife act a certain way or the husband to act a certain way. And I feel like that's where the disconnect comes.
I'm saying, Jack, all of us are saying good stuff, but I'm asking you a question. So why, look, if it's so simple what we're saying, so why do we have problems with our wives? We get into, disagreements, which is normal. A lot of people get divorced. I've been trying to solve 3-4 marriages in the past month. Nothing's going through. It's like speak to the wall, speak to them, makes no difference. If what you're saying is so simple, why is it not getting through them? I could say the same thing. Communication, expectation, don't compare, don't do this, don't do that. But still, why is it that we can't respect one another? Why is it that we have this problem? Say it again?
Rabbi, even though I'm not married yet, but I'm at that age where a lot of my friends are getting married and I see their dating stages. One of the things that I've noticed, which is a huge red flag, they get married for the wrong things. They get married only if somebody has something to offer. Otherwise, they don't need it. It's like a business transaction. So if they look at it that way, it's easier to walk away from that relationship. And it's like, okay, this person can't provide anymore, or I'm not getting a certain feeling from them. It's like Rabbi Tursky, if you heard about it, the fish law.
Yes.
So that's what I currently see. They just get married for the wrong things. They see 6 months to a year, it doesn't cut it, it's a divorce.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you
a lot of it comes down to respect. Rabbi, I think a lot of it comes down to respect. Once the respect in a marriage is hindered and there's no more respect.
Beautiful.
When there's no respect, there's no appreciation. When there's no appreciation, there's no more synergy between the two. It's very hard to repair.
That's why it's our obligation as Jewish men, married men, and we need to go, we need to learn, and to live the right way according to the way Hashem wants us to live.
It's a two-way street.
A lot of people don't do that.
So,
it's a two-way street.
Michael, you're saying, Michael, you're saying something very powerful, and also Arthur, where did Arthur go? Arthur also said something very powerful, that husbands and wives don't know their role today, which is very true. And also what you just said right now, respect, right? They take a lot of things for granted. They don't appreciate a lot of the things we do. That is very, very true. Well, Michael, I want to ask you a follow-up question. Who has to respect who?
Both.
There's
I love you, Mike. Mike, you're saying both, Mike. Both. Who am I gonna? Both. But who has to respect? Okay. You know something? When you say both, you want to be a little bit more clear. What does that mean, both? Be more specific with me.
The husband needs to respect the wife, and the wife needs to respect the husband.
Okay, you see that, Ruben? You see that, Ruben? That's a real man. Ruben, you heard what he just said? What did you just say? You said the husband needs to respect the wife
The
first?
husband needs to respect her first, correct?
Oh, man, Mike, I thought you said the other way around. I heard you say the other way around.
I said it the other way around?
No, I thought you said it the other way around.
Oh.
You know, it says that the husband has to be a king and the wife has to be a queen. You guys agree with me?
Yeah.
In order for the husband to be a king, you have to make the wife a queen. Once she's a queen, she'll make the husband a king. You guys agree with me?
Yeah.
So that's what, Michael, you were actually referring to. I want to read for you guys a Rambam, a very scary Rambam. Okay, Richard, whatever I say now, just don't share it with your wife right away, please. You know, I don't have space in my... Listen, even though my house is 4 or 5 rooms, I don't want to have no problems. Yes, Richard? I want to read for you a Rambam, a very powerful Rambam. What does it mean to honor our wives and respect them? And what is basically, like Arthur wanted to say, what is the role of a husband and a wife? Now, for the husband, it's going to be a little bit easier. A lot of women probably will not like what I'm about to read. Well, I'm not worried about that because each one has to go ahead and, you know, worry that with their wife. Try to explain this halakha to your wife. See how she's going to come across it. The first halakha the Rambam brings down in halachot of marriage in chapter 15 in law number 19. He says like this. I'm going to read it in Hebrew and then I'm going to translate it into English. V'chein tzivu hachamim. The rabbis had commended Adam mechabed et ishto, that a man, a husband is obligated to honor his wife, yoter migufo, much more than he honors himself, much more than he respects himself. Michael, this is what you were saying. Ve'ohava kigufo, but when it comes to loving your wife, you have to love your wife just like you love yourself. If a husband does not love himself, there's no way he's going to be able to give that love to his wife. If a husband doesn't respect himself, there's no way he's going to be able to respect his wife even more. If a husband has money, he's well off to do. You have to spend it on your wife according to your richness. That means if we go to the store right now and we take $5,000, for example, we want to go shopping, right? Spring shopping, whatever it might be, summer shopping. She decides to want to go buy a $3,000 bag. And I want to buy myself a $3,000 suit. But I can't. I only have $5,000, let's say. The halakha tells me the obligation is for me to cut down on my suit and spend it more on my wife. Put the $3,000 on her and buy myself a $2,000 suit. When you show your wife that she's important, when you show your wife that she's number one, when she asks you for money and you give it to her, or she needs something and you're there for her, Rabotai, they have the sense of security. When they have the sense of security, the rest assured, believe me, they won't bother you as much. You guys are with me on the same page?
Wow.
Yeah.
However, continues the Rambam, and he says, "V'lo yatil alecha ema yetera." A wife should, I don't want to say she should be supposed to be afraid of the husband, but a wife has to have some awe of the husband. A lot of women today, they speak down on the husband. They speak back to their husbands, which is a very big no-no. Now, whatever you guys do, don't try to, educate your wife on this right now because it's going to be very bad. She has to understand that the husband in the house is the husband.
He's the king.
He is the king. I'm gonna show you that. So he says, one second. V'lo yatil alecha ema yetera. He's not allowed to put a lot of fear on her. Did I get this? You guys hear me? You hear me? No. Give me 1 second. Wow. 1 second.
Rabbi says,
You guys are there? I'm here. I'm
your
here.
wife like a queen.
Rabbi,
Guys, he says this is a large
Unmute yourself
meeting.
on the phone. Unmute yourself on the phone.
Unmute myself on the phone.
Rabbi, unmute yourself on the phone.
Okay. Guys, it's
we
showing me
can
over here
hear
that
you
it's
now.
a large meeting. It's shutting me down. Okay. You got to figure something out, Ruben.
Ruben, you gotta pay the bill, bro.
It's all paid, I promise.
Rabotai, sorry about that. Let me just finish this piece. He shouldn't put on a lot of fear on her. But listen to this next piece. V'yeh diburu imo benachat. You have to speak pleasantly with your wife, calmly. Never screaming at your wife, Rabotai. Never ever raise your voice on your wife.
Rabbi, how realistic is that, Rabbi?
Ask that Richard. Why are you asking me, man? By me, it's realistic.
Wow, you're Richard.
I'm not touching. Some of this talk today is way too mature. I love it.
I'll tell you something like we said before, and Arthur, this is what you were pointing out to, and where's Michael? Michael, this is exactly the role of a husband. If we're going to be kings, we have to present ourselves like kings. Be at all times dressed nicely, smell good, look good, speak calmly with your wife. But then the next two things are even more powerful. When you come home, when you're with your wife, you should never be upset. Your wife feeds off your energy. The Chazal tell us, our rabbis of blessed memory teach us that a woman is the moon. The husband is the sun. The sun gets his energy from God. But the moon gets its energy from the sun. If the sun has no energy, if it doesn't give positive energy, the wife will also be negative. So really the tempo in the house is built because of the husband. So if you walk into the house all upset, all angry, down, your wife could have the best day of her life. You just killed everything. The children's kaif, the children's fun, and the wife and anybody else. You're like a party pooper. And he says you should never be angry when you're dealing with your wife. You have to be calm. Which is, Ruben, you're right. Which is very hard to do, but you have to work on it. How do you work on it? Before you even come home, you speak to Hashem, you say, Hashem, whatever comes my way, I should be ready not to get angry. It's you, Hashem, that is bringing this upon me, and let me try to work on this.
So wait. Before you walk in through the doors, while in your car, parked, you should say something like that?
Correct. Before you walk into the house, correct.
That's powerful.
Correct. You want to down to Hashem in order to be able to help you.
Rabbi, can I ask a question for the first?
I'm going to cause friction in the Shalom Bayit?
Yeah, go ahead.
What if she's driving crazy?
Say it again.
You run out of patience. What if she disrespects you?
That's the next halakha. The next halakha says actually, if a woman disrespects her husband, that is a very grave sin. No woman has ever the right. I'm going to just put it to you in simple terms. She will never, the problem is, Michael, where's Mike? Michael said it, respect. A woman that speaks down on her husband and she speaks nice to her co-worker or her boss or even a stranger on the bus stop, shows you she has no respect for her husband. How do you respect someone you don't know, where your husband you can respect, where he does everything for you? That is a very big problem. A woman who disrespects her husband, she could be covered, religious, say barachot, daven 10 times a day, doesn't mean anything. First, she has to respect her husband. She has to learn how to speak to her husband. She has to also be calm. She can't yell at him. Can I read I know it's Rabotai, I know I'm close to the time. I want to read for you what the halakha says. Jack, now this halakha is a little bit hard for the woman especially, because it's going on the woman. Listen what he says. Ilya, you with me? Ilya, we did refuah shleima for your father, okay? He says, V'chen tzivu ala isha. Listen to this. And so too the rabbis of blessed memory have commended the woman. Shitiyeh mechabedet et ba'ala biyoter midai. She has to honor her husband much more. Excessively she has to honor her husband. V'yeh alecha mora mimenu. And she has a fear of him. Not feel like she's afraid, but like my husband walked in. I want to share with you guys, like if you guys can relate to this. Ruben, can I take an example, Ruben? Right now, if you're at home, your house could be in it could be a certain mess. Kids are running around. But if the Rebbetzin, your wife, knows that somebody's coming to your house, the house is clean. The table is set, correct?
Spotless.
This woman have to have with the husband. They don't have to have this only for outside people. My father is coming, my father-in-law is coming, the rabbi is coming. Doesn't mean, no. She has to have that sense of awe for her husband. My husband's coming home, I want to make it nice for him. Let me read for you what he says over here. Vita,
Rabbi,
yeah.
how do we instill that?
To where? To who? Okay.
Into our wives? How do we instill that?
Very simple. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the place that's called Vintage Gun Sales. You're gonna buy yourself an AK-47, and then you're gonna explain to.
Better yet, Ruben, we're gonna text you all our wives' emails, and you're gonna share this video with them.
I'm joking. Chas v'shalom. But honestly, the truth is you can't tell them much. I'll be honest with you. You can't tell them much. They have to be able to hear this from someone else.
Hi, how are you?
They have to hear from someone else. That you can't. If you say this, they'll get upset with you. So they really have to hear from someone else. But let me just finish this halakha, Rabotai. I know we're over the time. V'ta'aseh kol ma'asecha al piv. Listen to this halakha. All the actions, whatever the husband wants, every time he says something, she has to do it. Again, I'm talking about in the parameters of halakha. I'm not saying something against God, chas v'shalom.
Right.
Everything that, he says, bring me water, tea. Again, she has to respect him. If you see ever a king, the way he's getting respected, if the husband is a king, he has to get that respect. And listen to this. The husband has to be in her eyes like a ruler or the king. She has to go in the desires of the heart, husband's heart. If she knows the husband comes home and he likes the house clean, or he likes to have, tea on the table, or he likes to have a little bit 5 minutes break, whatever the husband likes, she has to already know ahead of time. That's her job. Now, when they're able to do this, then you talk about a different marriage. You talk about a very different marriage. And the wife has to distance from everything that the husband hates. Everything, Rabotai. Now, that's her obligation. And he says, anybody's going to continue this way, you should see the marriage is going to be pleasant and praiseworthy. This is, by the way, this halakha, again, is it easy to do? It's not easy to do. But it's something that we have to educate ourselves and our wives. And you have to remember, Rabotai, there's something even bigger than, it's not only you and your wife. It's also your children pick up the way you treat one another. For example, you want to argue with your wife, you want to argue, or she wants to argue with you, no problem. Take it up in the room, don't do it in front of children. Unfortunately, Rabotai, today, I'll be honest with you, today nobody has a muzzle. I deal with couples, the way the women speak about their husbands. If I would give her an AK-47, she would kill him on the spot.
That's for sure.
No, they don't think that, and I'll tell you why, Gregory, I'll tell you why. Killing him physically is worse than killing him emotionally, you understand? Women tell me, my husband doesn't treat me right emotionally. Yeah, but what about you? Look the way you're speaking to him. He doesn't do nothing. He doesn't do nothing? He doesn't do nothing. You can't say that, Rabotai. This is why a woman has to understand. A woman, I will put it like this. A woman has to know her place, and a husband has to know his place. A woman has to be a woman, and a husband has to be a husband. They say today, Jack, women started wearing pants. You know why that is? To show that she's the man in the house.
That's true, Rabbi.
Not in my house, not in the Igal family.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Jack. I don't know about that. Rabotai, I wanna conclude with you this beautiful point. I want to conclude with this. When you honor your wives correctly, Hashem blesses you with a lot of parnas. He blesses you with a lot of money. Now, do you know why?
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 She can spend it.
Let me ask you. You have to learn Torah. You have to put on tefillin. You have to daven 3 times a day. You have to say berachot. You have to wake up early in the morning. You have to work. You have to do everything. And exactly, why is she the main source of my blessing? Anybody know, Israel?
Say it again, Rabbi.
Why is the wife the source of blessings? How is that possible? Everything is placed on me, but she's the source of blessing. Why?
Because she's the chosen one. God chose her.
She's the chosen one. Yeah. So is Veronica's chosen. What's that mean? She's the chosen one. He starts speaking.
They don't have to prove themselves. They don't have to prove themselves to Hashem.
They don't have to prove themselves to Hashem. You could say that women they have less sin. You could say that.
Yes.
You could say that. Okay, I like that.
Right answer.
But there's something stronger. There's something stronger.
What is it?
No, Gabriel asked you like this. What happens if the husband is a tzaddik, he does everything right, and the wife, she does everything wrong? And now, why is she the source of blessing?
An inspiration. She becomes an example in your life.
And Gabriel, man, what example? Yo, Jigari, what is he talking about, Jigari, man?
He's from California, Rabbi.
What inspiration, man! I wish you guys can give. I wish you guys can give Shalom Bayit classes, to make peace between husband and wife. See how hard it is. It's like you're speaking to two walls. It's not this one wants to listen, not that one wants to listen. You know why she's a source of all blessing? You guys not gonna believe it. The Ben Ish Chai. Rabbi Yosef Chaim Igal says something beautiful. A lot of people don't realize that the halakha in the Shulchan Aruch is brought down that whenever you're eating bread, whenever you cut bread, that crumbs from the bread shouldn't fall on the floor. If they do fall on the floor and you step on them, you're guaranteed to become poor.
Wow.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to lose all your money. Poor.
On the crumbs of the bread from Shabbat?
In general, whenever you're eating bread in general, and you step on the crumbs that fall on the floor, that's a guarantee you're going to become poor. You're going to lose your money.
Whoa.
Right. Comes the Ben Ish Chai. The Ben Ish Chai says something fascinating. Who cleans up those crumbs under the table?
The wife.
The wife. So she saved you from that sin. That's why you're going to be blessed with Parnasa.
Just for the record, Rabbi, I know we're live and there's a lot of guys on. My wife is my best friend and I love her.
He actually means it. He has a very good, he has a sincere smile. One second, Jack. What makes your wife your best friend? What makes your wife the best friend?
Rabbi, she's next time, Rabbi.
Rabbi, we can talk about this for hours.
No, just give the guys a hint. What should they do that they should also have their wife as their best friend?
She's all around, I would say. I mean, listen, I've known my wife for over 15 years. She knows who I am for myself. I don't have to be anyone else. Thank God we have a great communication. We love each other. We talk about everything. And we're able to speak about everything. We have clear communications. And in the event of, if there is, obviously there is going to be some disagreements, but we find ways to work it out between us. And, she does everything for me and the family.
Beautiful, very nice. I'm very happy. Beautiful.
Jack, I gotta tell you, I know Alex for as long as I know her, and I gotta tell you, you hit the lottery, the jackpot with a girl like that who's been with you through thick and thin. She really has.
Baruch Hashem, very nice. Beautiful said. Rabotai, I hope you guys enjoyed the class. I want to pick up on this tomorrow, because there's a little bit more to this. It's already 5:38. But Rabotai, if we
more of the wife and husband conversation,
guys, if we honestly learn how to respect our wives, again, I'm speaking to guys. Women, they have to do their part, and I always tell the guys, don't try to pick on women, don't try to change the woman. If you, Chazal, our rabbis of blessed memory say, if you change yourself, your wife will also change. It all starts with you. That's how it works. If you're getting married, I don't know where's Nathan. Where's Nathan? He probably left. If you get married in order to receive something from your wife or to change your wife, that's a marriage that is going downhill. You don't get married to change her or to receive something in return. You're getting married to be, like you said, Jack, to be her friend, to give her. If you get married in those circumstances, you're in good shoes.
But this comes with experience. I mean, listen, it wasn't.
Yes, it's not easy.
It's not always green every day. You know what I mean?
I hear. Jack, the reason why you're able to communicate with your wife, you probably don't have family members around you. That's the problem. When you have family members,
plenty of family members. We're just not amongst the community.
If you're amongst the family members, why it becomes a little bit more harder. Okay, if you know what I mean.
That's why he moved to Florida.
By the way, one of the advice that we give couples if they have really hard time in the community, we tell them move away from your parents, from your in-laws, because majority of the times they get involved also, so which is not good. Okay, Rabotai, everybody have a blessed day. Hey, success. Michael, very good answer. Arthur, very good answer. Everyone else. I'll see you guys. I'll see you, Nissan. I'll see you guys. No problem. Ruben, I'll see you. I gotta run. No problem, boys. I'll see you, Arthur, John. I'll see you guys. Bye.